Hello, welcome to part 5 of this amazing series on Thich Nhat Hanh's book, Be Free Where You Are. It's pretty incredible how much wisdom and compassion and love he packed into a rather short talk. And we're pretty much at the end of the book here. We might do a few more videos, but there were some questions and answers at the end of the book, and there were one or two I want to focus on right here. So the question is, I think in the West, the emphasis is on being successful. Is there such a thing as success? His answer was, take walking meditation as an example. We may do walking meditation for a while, enjoying every step. This is because we like looking at things such as trees, rocks, clouds. We spot a very beautiful flower in front of us, and we want to stop our walking meditation and contemplate its beauty. There is nothing wrong with this, because even when we stop walking, our enjoyment continues. He goes on to talk about meditation when you're sitting. The same is true with meditation. While you're enjoying your in-breath and out-breath, an idea may suddenly come to you. You have the freedom to choose to continue with your mindful breathing or stay with the idea. You can decide to say to your idea, I would like to continue with my mindful breathing before I spend time with you. If that idea accepts your decision, it will recede into the background so you can continue your meditation. It is like looking through a pile of letters on your desk and setting aside a special letter to be read last. So it's really interesting in terms of success. I'll finish up the quote, but a little pause here just for that bit. This has been something that's mirrored my internal experience, where when you're having meditation or just in general in daily life, if you have an idea come up or an emotion, you can engage in a dialogue with that idea or emotion, that thought. You can say, hey, I really appreciate you being here. Or you can say, hey, I really appreciate you being here. Right now, I'm focusing on something else. Would you mind coming back again later? Or even giving it a specific time to come back. For example, this morning I was doing yoga and I had a great idea for a little poem as I've started writing those. And I said to the poem, hey, like, we're going to be sitting with my journal in just a few minutes. I would really love it if you came back then. And that's what it did. And I had several more ideas come at that same time. I think this is beautiful because it points to our identity, not just as our conscious selves, but as really, this whole being of awareness, a lot of which is below our conscious awareness. And things kind of trickle up and bubble up from underneath. And when we see those things, we have the freedom to engage in a dialogue. He finishes with some really, really good advice. If during sitting meditation, you begin to feel some pain in your legs after just 10 minutes, you may think that you have to bear the pain and sit for the entire 15 minutes. Otherwise, you will have failed. You do not have to feel this way. You can practice mindful massaging instead. Breathing in, I know that I am starting to change my sitting position. Breathing out, I smile at my muscle pain. You are free to choose the object of your mindfulness. You have not abandoned meditation. Not 1 second of your meditation has been lost. You have not failed. Wow, I feel a lot of charge of energy reading that, because so often one of the biggest things people will say is, I feel like I'm bad at meditation. And I wish I could give them this passage in a condensed form over and over, because there's no such thing as being bad at meditation. As long as you have the intention to sit with your attention, and as long as you have that conscious intention before you go into it, you can't fail. Because the process of being lost in thought or changing your focus is what happens in daily life all the time. Just in meditation, we're consciously bringing ourselves back. And every time you do that, it's like the prodigal son. I'm not Catholic, but that story of the lost son who comes home and is greeted with so much warmth and love. It's very true. Every time you snap out of something and you get back to your mindful state, as opposed to being lost in thought, it's a great reason to celebrate, not a reason to beat yourself up. And yeah, if your legs hurt, I personally meditate when I'm lying down. I pretty much almost never meditate sitting at this point, and it's working great for me. So I love Thich Nhat Hanh because he's such a compassionate meditation master. There's many styles. Some of them are more rigid than others, but Thich Nhat Hanh speaks to me as a very wise and compassionate meditation master. So I hope you enjoyed that quote. I have a couple more juicy questions and answers from the book, and I'll see you here again tomorrow.